like to add to this. If you really ever studied the history for what happened with the native people here, and to put it short, most of the native, we shouldn't be here. If you add up all of the things that were done so that we should be extinct, a regular human being would not be here. So the fact that we are still here is like the Niagara Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world, that we are still here. I mean, really, even it's mind-boggling to me. I really think it is. But even though a lot of us, though, are barely holding on, and so we're scarred up all over, from the emotional, from the historic, from the everything. We're scarred up, but we're trying to heal. We're trying to heal. From the boarding school stuff, from 5 generations of that, we're still trying to heal. So a lot of my people aren't ready to become the teachers that they're supposed to be for you and for us to finish the healing. I only ask that you allow us enough time so that we can get mad and we can cry and we can take the time to heal our battered scarred bodies, so that we don't turn into a reverse discrimination, and that we can really heal and become real human beings. But you got to allow us the time to heal. And if you do, then we will work hard for everybody. Thank you.
So does anybody have a really well-composed question that you can ask really swiftly, either generally or of anyone on the stage here? Yes, Werner.
I'd like to know, how did you maintain the language, your culture? Because I know the Lakota, for example, they lost their language almost, and the Jesuits try to write it down. Is your language written, or is it only oral?
Well, I never lost my language. That's the first thing. And I have to thank my mother and my grandma and my grandpa and my uncles and aunts. My whole extended family always just talks Mohawk every single day. When I was born, I born in that kind of world. So I was about 6 or 7 when I started to learn English on my reservation where I come from. So I was sort of really lucky that way. Others have to learn it. Some learn it easy by writing. Some learn it easy by listening to a tape recorder. And everybody has a different style of learning. So I always promote any kind of thing you can do that you can learn, do it. Don't listen to nobody that says you no tape recorder or no writing. If that's how you learn, do it. You know, just do anything.
One thing I wanted to say, that I first met Tom in Aspen, Colorado, about 20 years ago. He spoke there, and he spoke about the language, and he spoke about counting from 1 to 10 in Mohawk, and how once you get to 10, you've described the entire universe. What a radically different worldview and experience for a child to grow up counting from 1 to 10 and describing the entire universe. What a difference from our way of counting. What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? A bunch of words. It has no meaning. So that's what Tom is bringing to us tonight in his story of the Great Law and the Constitution, to touch our hearts with that symbolism that the Native people have to bring to life as we know it.
Maybe one go ahead then.
I was just going to say, I wanted to thank you, Tom, for sharing your vision with us, and I do see it coming true already, that the Native Americans in this country are reminding the rest of us the importance of the feminine and Mother Earth, and are leading the fight in Standing Rock. And so I see those spirits taking those blankets and wearing them with pride.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were no founding mothers, just
That's exactly
founding
right.
fathers.
Yes.
And so, once again, your people lead the way. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question I've always wanted to ask someone who would really know. Doesn't the law of peace, isn't, in the U.S. Constitution we have rights, but we don't have responsibilities? Isn't it true that in the Haudenosaunee way that the two are the same?
Yeah. Well, when a baby is born, let me, if we got a minute, when a baby is born, that's where responsibility is told. Even if that baby is only 2 seconds old, and the baby come out, and he's got all over blood and everything, and so what they do is they clear the nose and the mouth of any other obstacle, and they don't clean any other part. And so they wrap up that baby, and when that baby is bundled, the father or uncle, usually the mother's brother or her husband, or the uncle and the father both, go to the ceremony of the baby just was born. And they hold the baby up, and they say, Creator, thank you. You sent this baby to be born on the earth. This is uncle and this is father. We stand, and we thank you to bring here. And then the next word they're going to say is, in the family of the mother, the baby's mother, the mother and aunts and grandma have chosen this name. And we're going to tell you, Creator, that now that this baby is going to breathe the air of the earth, and while he's going to live, how many days you're going to allow him to live on this earth? This is the name Alungenos, will be the baby boy's name. That's his earth name, because he came from another realm to get here. So I tell you, Creator, that now that his feet is on this earth, you'll know him as Alungenos. And Creator, I ask you, as long as you've permitted him to live, to protect him, to guide him, and to give him all that he needs to succeed. And then you say, now, my little baby, he's only 2 seconds old. The name that your mother and all your aunts and grandma give you is Alungenos. And so I want you to always know the Creator's the one sent you here. And the Creator's name is Songwayadison. So I now introduce Songwayadison to you, and you, my son, to the Creator, and that you will love each other and work together for the rest of your time that you're going to live on this earth. And then you talk to the Mother Earth, and you hold your baby. You say, Mother Earth, my baby was born, and his name is Alungenos. So Mother Earth, I want to introduce you to this little tiny baby named Alungenos. Then you say, and I want you, Mother Earth, to give him everything he needs, berries, food, corn, anything, so he can live from you, Mother Earth. I ask you to make my son live. And then you say, my son Alungenos, I want to introduce you formally to your mother, the earth. And I want you to always, forever, every day, till the last day of your breath, to love your Mother Earth, to respect your Mother Earth, and you'll always be with her. And if you do that, you will take care of each other. For how long is the Creator wants you to live? And you go on all the way to that opening. But you detail it to that baby as a form of formal introduction. And also you tell your baby that his responsibility is to take care and to love all of those things that's going to give him life. And then when he gets a little bigger, he goes to ceremony. That's what those ceremonies are for, so he knows right away what it is. So when he's a little boy, he's dancing. He knows he's dancing for the thunder. He knows he's dancing for the sun, because he was told 2 seconds after he got out of his mother's womb that what his job is. So you see, that's the old way of doing things. By golly, I don't even think nobody can come with an engineered plan more better than that. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Maria.
Tom, thank you so much. What an inspiration.
Speak up, please, a little.
So it's such an inspiration to listen to you, and I think there's a saying along the lines of, if money is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost. And you said something similar along those lines, and you speak of healing. number one thing that we as individuals, each and every one of us, should focus on moving forward?
I don't know if this is going to be the proper answer to you, but let me, instead, you know the long Thanksgiving address or whatever? My grandmother, when I was 3 years old, told me, I was laying in the bed and she woke me up and she goes like this, "Grandson, it's time to get up." Then she puts her fingers through my hair. I'm only 3 years old. She said, "Did you acknowledge the Creator yet?" And I'm 3. And I said, "No, I don't know how." Because they always do it for me. I'm only 3. I'm a baby yet. See? So she says, no, it's time you learn. I'm 3 years old. She says this, "Did you know that this window in this bedroom, that the sun come up this morning, you're sleeping, both eyes closed, and that Creator's light came through the window. And did you know," she said, "grandson, that the rays or the light of the sun is the fingers and the hands and the arms of our Creator. And as you laid in that bed under those quilts, the Creator brings His light and He goes like this, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. He hugged and He caressed you. And not only did He do it to you, but He did it to me too. And He did it to your grandpa and your mother and He even went into the barn and He did it to the pigs and the cows and the horses. And He did it to every grass and every tree. So what are you going to do about it, grandson?" She said this to me when I was 3. I said, "Doka." I don't know. My answer always to grandma, "Doka." That means in Mohawk, I don't know. But you got to go like this too. And so here's what she said. This is what you do. And that means I will repeat it again if you don't understand. I will keep doing it until you understand. But she only did it once because I understood. And she says, you say this. As soon as your eyelids open and you're flat on the bed and your eyelids open, you see the light coming through the window. You say, "Nyangwe dagya dison ne wat kono wala don't." Translate English, Nyangwe means thank you. Dagya dison means you who made me. I send you my greetings, my thankfulness, and my love. Now you can get up out of the bed, put your pants on, and do your stuff for the day. Because you put the Creator in the front, in the side, and the back. Now you can live and have a good luck. Because you put Creator in your life. And remember I said, what is Creator? Creator is the tree. Creator is my mother. Creator is my father. It's my uncle, my grandpa, my sons, my daughters. Creator is the animals I have at my house. Creator is everything that lives. So I'm surrounded by life, sacred life. And that's all you got to say. Thank you, you who made me. I send you greetings, thank you, and love. And Creator will jump 10 foot high. He'd be so happy every morning to say that. That's what I would tell the world to do. And then the light will shine so they can see what's got to be done next. Yeah.
So I would like to say thank you, and thank you so much, and thank you so much. And Connie, you're such an inspiration. And we can continue the conversation out in the lobby for a while, because we actually have to wrap up this room. And thank you so, so much for coming. It's been a very special evening for me. I'm really moved. Thank you.
Tom's going to do a little closing. I don't know if Gary wants to do a little closing, but one thing I want to say is, I don't know if Tom is aware of this, but in Standing Rock, it is the youth who are leading everything. The elders are taking their lead from the youth. They have picked up the blanket. So it's so exciting. It's a leaderless situation there. It's the youth who are taking
So stand with Standing Rock.
Yeah. So we'll do a little closing. Do you have a closing word or two?
Do you have a closing? Just
I don't think so, except I'm happy you came here. There are ideas which should keep informing us, and one of them is certainly there was in the Pilgrim way, maybe lost later, and in the Native way, there was an appreciation for the earth itself. The praise that we show to the Almighty is shown through earthly ways and respect. So we must respect this is the only home we have. And certainly one of the transcendent principles is love the earth.
Thank you.
To ka ni ka wona ke ne ka di hunt sangya di so ne sa wona so up. Ne ka di wi wat kono hola to wa kwa da yeli no sonda di a go skonom dali wa to di. La ka di ona wa gwasa ka di wi wa he wat kono hola to. I'd like to thank our Creator because He allowed us to come here this evening to share and to listen to each other and to try to understand things. And so it looks to me like everything went pretty good. I liked it. And so Creator is probably liking it too, the same thing. And so now that now we come to the end of the time they allowed us to be here, and we finish now pretty much. But there's other time when we can continue it some other place, some other time more in depth. But for now, we close it. And so what I do, I say to the Creator, I untie the rope, the spiritual rope that bound us here this evening to be together with one another. It was the most enjoyable togetherness I had in quite some time, 2 days ago. And so now I untie that rope, which will allow you and me to be free to go back to our homes, and hopefully we'll get there with no obstacle to trip us up. And when we get home, we'll find our wife and our kids and grandkids all laughing and happy and healthy, and always carry a good mind. So with that, we are done today. Thank you.
Oh. And so it is.